What's up, everybody? It is Warpath 2 or Adam, bringing you some awesome Borderlands 2 gameplay I got with a couple of my buddies the other day. Just pretty much dominating things. I'm showing you Borderlands because that's the game I'm talking about today. Earlier this week, I did a quick overview and first impressions video about the very first piece of DLC, the Necromancer class. So this is going to be about the next piece of DLC, the first real, what I'd call episodic DLC, or DLC that's going to add on to the campaign. Alright, well, let's get started because I'm really excited to talk about this today, guys. Let's just jump right in. The DLC is called Captain Scarlett and Her Pirate's Booty. So by the name, I think it's safe to assume, and I think you guys have already kind of put this together, this is going to be a pirate-themed DLC, which is really kind of odd when it comes to Borderlands, but it makes perfect sense with the way they've done DLC in the past, with the zombies, the Underdome, and some of the other kind of themed DLCs they've done. So the first impression on this is it's a pretty cool idea. As you can see in the picture on the screen, she has got the craziest hook hand I've ever seen of any pirate, and she kind of looks like a badass. I'm not going to lie. I would be scared if I saw her walking down the street. Of course, I'd be scared of anyone dressed as a pirate walking down the street. But a couple of big things about this that you shouldn't expect. This is still going to be very much desert based. It's kind of a cooler theme to it. I like it a little bit more than traditional water, but I do think they kind of missed the boat, so to say, on kind of creating a new environment and a new feel for the game versus just all desert all the time. We've had so many lush environments in this game. It would have been nice to see something that was based on like water villages or islands or something like that, something a little bit more substantial, like you see on the southern shelf, but expanded out. It's not really that big of a deal in the long run. It's going to be something that I think very much fits into the Borderlands gameplay versus something that's going to stand aside and be alone from it. The desert's a really cool theme. It kind of actually reminds me of this anime, which is really nerdy to say, but it's called Desert Punk. You should look it up. Really kind of funny anime, but it's very much based around some of the same styles. So the story aspect behind this is really interesting. I like it a lot. It fits very much into the Borderlands world. Just to kind of paraphrase, it's a legend of a guy named Captain Blade and the lost treasure of the sands. So it's a prize so great that men would turn the sands red in pursuit of it, meaning they'd spill blood all over the desert, which is again kind of something that Borderlands' central theme has always been on. It's searching for that one perfect treasure. But there's also an issue here. It's Captain Scarlett. She's been roaming the deserts for years trying to locate this treasure, this lost, amazing, massive treasure. She's amassed this huge army of followers, and they've really kind of taken this over in search of this. So she's going to be your main enemy here, not around so much of a fighting aspect, but she's the one who's driving the story, which is going to be really interesting to have a good female protagonist in this instance. Finally, let's move on to the things that are going to be new and exclusive, it sounds like, to the DLC. So there's a new currency. I'm not sure what exactly it's for yet. There hasn't been a lot of reveal for that, but it's called Seraph Crystals. They're kind of a magenta, pinkish crystal that is used for something. What you see on the screenshot here is actually what looks like to be Moxie's in Sanctuary. So I'm not sure if she's got another location in the desert somewhere, or if this is Sanctuary and it's something that now comes from the slot machines, because you can kind of see those in the background too. But it's definitely going to be an integral part just based on the fact that it's a new currency. I hope that this is going to be something that allows us to upgrade SDUs and things like that. Ammo SDUs aren't that big of a deal, but I'd love to have more than 27 spots in my backpack. I really would like to have closer to 50 or something like that, something comparable to the original. So next we've got the Skiff, which is a badass vehicle. And I use the term badass not to talk about enemies, but because it is really damn badass. I love the way it looks. I do like the fact that it's very boat themed, which makes sense with the bandits and how they're essentially pirates in this one. But if you look at this, it is a hovering mechanic with the vehicle. So versus driving around, it's going to be hovering. I don't know how high you're going to go off the ground. I hope it's more than just a couple feet. It would be really cool if you could have something that would get you 10, 15 feet off the ground and allow for some real flexibility there. So I hope the skiffs pan out to be a little bit more. No idea on what the weapons are. I'm sure it's going to be something cannon based, just because they're going with the pirate theme. I think that's a no-brainer. But I really can't wait to use one of these and see how it handles. Next is the new rarity. I don't know if it's a rarity. That's kind of what they're pandering it about as. But look at the screenshot here. This is a very low-level gun. It does have a nice amount of flavor text to it, which does hint at a rare weapon. But I don't know. It kind of seems to me like this is something where it's just an item that was found in the DLC, or an item that's exclusive to the DLC, meaning it can only be obtained that way. It's hard to tell with Gearbox. They have a record of creating new rarities because it makes sense. I mean, you need something to keep the game fresher. There was the Cyan rarities with General Knox's DLC in the first one. But I don't want to think this is a new precedence. I think this is something where it's just locked to that DLC. It's something that you can only obtain that way. Finally, I want to talk about the heads. The heads look amazing. Honestly, you're going to see the first two ones here are going to be Zero and Maya. Zero, it looks really cool. I love the way on his head they've kind of taken in the skull theme, and it almost looks like it's going to be a bandana. So I like that. It's a really interesting take, and I think it's not too out of the realm of possibility. Maya's a little bit different. She looks kind of like a pirate, but also kind of like Moxie. It's a cool head. It's a new look, and I like it. I wonder kind of how some of these things will also update with the colors of your skin. So it should be really cool to see how those things kind of change. I'm sure you'll get a really cool combination with her. I wish I could have put him at the end, but this is my favorite head that you're going to be able to get from the DLC. I mean, just look at it. Look at Salvador's head. It's amazing. They've literally put so much work into this. It looks incredible. I really couldn't have asked for more. I don't play Salvador, but I would play Salvador just so he would look like this. It's so badass. The skulls, the eyes, everything. I can't wait to see how it looks again customized, because I have a feeling those eyes, because of how gray they are going to change color as well. So look out for that. I think it's going to be the big kind of special thing for Salvador. And then you have Axton. Axton, it's still pretty cool. It looks a little bit emo in my opinion, but it doesn't look bad at all. I think it's a really cool idea to kind of make him a kind of more traditional pirate versus a captain. I can't wait again to see how the colors play out on this. With the Vladoff skin especially, I think that would look really cool. But again, it's kind of generic in my opinion. They did not put the effort in his as they did for the others. Alright guys, overall impressions on this, I think it's a buy. For $10, or if you got the season pass for $30, I think it's going to be incredible value. It's going to be a really good story because they've got some really good writers on Borderlands. And I think it's definitely going to be worth it. So I say pick it up. I'm going to be doing some more reviews on DLCs in the coming future when Borderlands releases more of them. I'm actually going to start a Let's Play on this as well. So look for that coming to the channel. It won't be like a traditional 15-minute Let's Play till I finish the missions, because Borderlands is a long game, but I will do some highlights of the cool stuff you can see, so check that out. First video should be up sometime next Wednesday or Thursday. So that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are enjoying Borderlands 2. You can always subscribe to the channel for more good Borderlands 2 content and a bunch of other games that I'm going to start covering soon as well. And you can always follow me on Twitter at Adam7986. So thanks again, guys, and take it easy.